Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are comparing the Razer Basilisk V3 up against the bloody A70X. Both of these mice are fit for, medium to larger size hands and weigh upwards of 100 grams. Let's jump right into it with the RGB and software. So the RGB and software on both, is bright, but I think the Basilisk has cleaner RGB, so that's 1-0. But the software on both, I don't know, man. The bloody A70 is very, simplistic, software. Just kind of, looks like an old Halo game or an old Doom game. I don't know really how to feel about it, like, visually, appearance-wise. But, just, like, all around, I would say the Razer has slightly better software, even though it is harder to navigate. I do feel like it is ultimately better software. So that is 2-0 in the Basilisk's favor. Coming up next, we have the overall build, shape, design, quality, and skates of the mouse. Now, for the overall, shape, I gotta give another point to the Razer Basilisk for having just, the most perfect shape for us right-hand people, at least in my opinion. It's ergonomic with a thumb rest. The scroll wheel tilts on the Basilisk. I'm not sure why or what use that would have, but I'm holding the scroll down now, and it's that's what it's doing. And it can also, with just a push of a button, it electrically, so this won't work whenever it's unplugged. Just free spins. Amazing. Both these mice have two side buttons, but the Razer Basilisk has a sniper button, which, lowers the DPI significantly, making it easier to snipe in video games such as Fortnite, Valorant, Halo, Call of Duty, Overwatch, all that stuff. Now let's talk about the skates. The skates of the bloody A70 are metal skates, and because I don't have a mouse pad, they wore out very quickly. And now they're just, pieces of metal that scrape my desk, and I don't really enjoy that. But if you use a mouse pad, speech impediment. If you use a mouse pad, then that will not happen, and the mouse feet are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And by plasticky, I don't mean for sure plastic. I don't really know what it is. Some type of plasticky stuff, but going across my bare desk, it feels like butter, and it's insanely smooth. But I gotta give a 4th point to the Razer Basilisk. But now, what about the sound? The sound of each mouse. Here's a sound test. So yeah, if you want a louder, poppier, more aesthetically pleasing, one might say, mouse, then the Basilisk is going to be the one for you. If you want a more silent mouse like me, then the bloody A70 is better for you. So after yapping about this and that and such and the mice, I ultimately came to the conclusion that the Razer Basilisk won 4-2 up against the bloody A70. It won due to having better software, skates, feet, build design, cord, scroll wheel, all that. Overall better in my opinion. But that's not to say that the bloody A70 is bad in any way whatsoever, because the bloody A70 is actually insanely good for games like Minecraft or something that you need to click a high CPS, because the Basilisk is getting on average about 5 to 7 CPS less than the bloody A70 whenever I'm butterfly clicking, and it's also just not the best mouse for drag clicking, nor is really any mouse other than the bloody A70. So overall for Minecraft and high CPS, bloody A70. But for pretty much everything else, convenience, utility, work, FPS games, and still for Minecraft, the Basilisk is overall, in my opinion, a genuinely better mouse than the Bloody A70, but that's not to say the Bloody A70 is bad in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So if you catch either of these mice on sale, which they go for about $30 to $40 on sale usually, then buy them because they are all around great, solid mice choices. See, I don't really have a cool outro. I'm just gonna scream bye into the microphone. Bop!